more defensive option coming in as Arts is coming to pick up that Kufra right there.
Interesting. They banned the Diggy out. Honestly, to me, the Diggy wasn't really a major threat in the last game. So, but still, GEEK FAM decides to respect it, go for the Diggy ban. But the thing is when you're using all these bans for this, all the more priority picks ends up being optional for so many people here. So, GEEK FAM first pick after the second pick. Valir would be great, I believe, because there's a lot of engagement that can actually try to push back and just literally remind Burmese Ghouls like, hey, you want to engage me? You'll burn for it, that kind of situation.
And wow, are we looking at Sicilian being considered here? We don't really see any Sicilian so far in the playoffs. This is going to be the first one. A couple of times being brought in for the regular season ends. We have a quick switcheroo, and it's going to be back in towards the Valir.
Valir, really great, because there's a lot of engagement heroes here. But honestly, on the side of Burmese Ghoul, who's going to be their frontliner? Will they bring out the Marsha once again, or will they try to switch things up a little bit?
I do believe that they can go for something else than the Masha.
Oh my lord.
This will be Gato Kacha being considered here, which honestly isn't all too bad. You can actually go in for the dive all the way towards the back to catch over that Valir. So big plant coming up, and this is a pretty much wide range of threats coming out from the side of Burmese Ghouls, which, you know, is very, very interesting.
It also works in Burmese Ghoul's favor going with the Kato Kacha as well, because when you notice on the side here, GEEK FAM with the Lancelot, that's going to be their hyper carry. They are killing blow here. And let's be honest, Lancelot's going to be jumping into the mix here. So regardless of where Ruby or whoever's going to be playing the Kato Kacha, he has the ability to literally just alt with his avatar of the Guardian at any time, any rotation. And the best part about the Kato Kacha, the scary thing about him actually, is his rotation and gang time. It's the ability for him to just go launch from quite a distance without being seen at all.
And of course, same thing goes towards the side of Kufra, but Kufra can be expected from a couple of all these angles. Now, a couple of all these last changes to come on before we get ourselves ready for this potential last match between Burmese Ghouls versus GEEK FAM, or will GEEK FAM equalize in this situation? You have Ace, maybe Eyes, Ruby DD, Kid, as well as D representing Burmese Ghouls, while Arts, Dominus, Feek, Soren, Zorvecki, Rumpel will be on GEEK FAM's side. So far, Rumpel did not manage to get some play time during this entirety of the series. Same goes to Eyes, but you know, things have definitely turned out for the better for the side of Burmese Ghouls game one. But, you know, do they still have Lady Luck smile on them, or will their luck run out when GEEK FAM now being determined to draw the lines and hoping to bring this to game 3?
Definitely for sure. Let's just check it out as we see another beautiful cinematics of the Land of the Dawn. Everybody just chilling in the lane, getting to a position to get ready for the potential fight that might be happening towards this mid lane. Ours is definitely still holding out towards this side river bush here. On the other hand here, looks like going to be going for the classic 1-3-1. But on the other side, you can see Vecchi dive all the way into towards the enemy jungle.
Yeah, like that is a little bit of that extension from both ends. A little bit of greediness coming in from some of these members, but Becky should have no issues whatsoever. But this is very interesting. They are actually switching roles, like Zor now going on pretty much a tank support, while Becky is on the sidelines playing that role there, which means that Arts will play a little bit more aggressively from his top side. Now, D's just going to be walking right in. There's still a river crab up for grabs, but Vecchi now gets caught out, and this is no place for him to escape. Burmese Ghouls there with the first blood in hand.
This is really great. Like, they're really trying to fully utilize, because like I said, all these are early game harassers. So in other words, how much damage, how much presence, and how much objective can you get in this first 4 minutes of the game? But Ruby gets caught a little bit, but will able to flicker away. Flame Child will be connected as well, so Ruby will not be able to engage this, and that will allow Fix with the Thorn Rose to get the first kill for himself in this game.
So far, things are slowly moving at a good pace for the side of Burmese Ghouls, expecting a little bit of invasion coming out from the side of GEEK FAM. So they do respect some of all these common grounds, while there is no more camps being seen inside of Burmese Ghouls territory. And there goes a little bit. OG shadow kill, solo kill. I don't need any help coming from Maybe, as he has to deal with all that. Even flicker doesn't mean anything at all, so he just saves that for the next run.
So I think they heard our calls or watching our cast, because instantly they rotated the top lane, started focusing on arts. And what's even better, they're allowing Ruby to slow farm that side lane, because they really want to get him to scale up to level 4. Because once he gets to level 4, things gets more interesting for the side here. By the way, you're going to be seeing the popping out the final insanity as he tries to run away from the mix here. But I guess he gets a little bit too off guard and tries to flicker out. But Fix is going to be denying him, and we'll get the final or phantom execution on our dear friend D.
So far, Ace just have a chunk of damage. He also has Retribution in hand so that he could easily farm up. No problems whatsoever for him to just go in to cut the wave or even going for this sort of push. And, you know, GEEK Fam, of course, they respected the Hayabusa early on. They banned the wave, but now, as long as Ace had it in the back, they say, we don't need no marksman. This is how I carry this in hand. Fix will secure the turtle. So this pulls it back. Oh boy, big team fight coming in.
Still going to be pushing it. We already saw Tyrant Revenge going to be committed, as well as Zorn trying to trade this off for 1-to-1, and we'll get the Selena off the Tyrant himself. That's going to be 1-for-1. That's a really good trade as well. And the best part coming from Zorn, he knows he's going to go down, so he's trying to make as much as possible in that kind of situation, and was able to get the trade. But still, maybe try to do as much damage as possible with the Feather Airstrike, and that will allow and force Dominance to go back to base.
So far, Burmese Ghoul getting a little bit more of that goal resources taken away as well. And we are looking at very much even grounds once again for both GEEK Fam as well as Burmese Ghouls. But Ace now gets that little Wanderer, while there's going to be both Lancelot as well as Cho slowly keeping a little bit of pressure over the top side. Ooh. And there we go, Kid getting caught out. One more kill for the side of GEEK Fam.
That was big. They need to try to look as many people as possible, because once they slowly get towards the late game, it's going to be really hard for them to deal with. Maybe committing the Feather Airstrike to try to slow down this push, because they do not want to take the risk of being forced to fight under their towers here. But we're going to be seeing a huge gang rotation towards his bot lane. They really want to try to get rid of D here. Zon pops out, followed by the Thorn Rose as well. D, no more Ferraga armor, trying to do as much damage as possible. There's just too much damage coming from the side of GEEK Fam. But on the other side, on the top side lane, they know they're going to be ganked down. So instantly, Ruby was like, hey, Ace, Ruby, let's just go gang this top side since ours is all alone. And now we're going to be seeing a couple of even trade-offs happening across the map.
I like how they just absolutely mirrored that sort of rotation. When they just saw GEEK Fam going at it, yes, they let go of D, but they actually get a lot more out of that, because they now can open up the top side, and Burmese Ghouls will eventually equalize once again. Turtle, though, coming up in a couple of seconds.
All right, Turtle fight. This contest is going to be really big to see who's actually going to be taking the advantage here and who will actually have the shorter end of the stick here. Becky knows the kind of situation they're in, going to be trying to pop up with the Transcendent Ward and popping his Ionic Edge and Consecration as he tries to zone him out as much as well. Turtle gets a little bit down low. Who will get a Retribution? And it's going to be going down by Fix. D popping in with the final insanity as he goes straight for the back line. But Ars trying to reinforce, but same goes for Ace as he's trying to look for even more. Two members going to be falling down for the side of Burmese Ghouls, where only Dominance will fall for the side of GEEK Fam. And Fix still alive, still well. Level 10, same level with Ace. But coming from the side of Zorn, still looking for a couple more kills, and will donate his life to Ace to give him that mega kill score.
Now, of course, nothing much is going on after that big fight that did happen a little bit. Now, let's have a look into some of these stats here that we have, as Lancelot has been picked quite a lot. I mean, out of 31 games, we're seeing him getting 63% of win rate, because, of course, he is one of the ones that can actually dive right in and has multiple options for safety. And there goes Kit, taking down Becky once again.
Which is great. They still need to look for a couple more kills. But on the other side, we already saw from the miniman, Galakacha is going to be initiating with his ultimate to try to force even more members to fall back towards the base, towards under the tower. Kufa now they're going to be seeing a huge engagement. 4-man rotating towards that top side of that miniman. And now Zorn, he's going to be facing the full brunt of this. He has to be careful and buy enough time for his teammate to rotate towards the top side to re-assist it. But at the same time, they need to be careful because the presence of the Selena with the Abyss Arrow will be absolutely deadly.
Had the airstrike coming in, and that will be pretty much a desperate attempt. Zorn getting caught out eventually. GEEK FAM, they tried to respond to that, but this is just a little bit too late for them to actually do much. 8-8 BURMESE GHOULS, of course, having a little bit more of the work over the top side while the Turtles coming out really, really shortly. So is it going to be a big challenge for them? I'm not too sure, but another same percentage for hero ban rates is going to be, oh my, that's how OG Shadow kill!
Dude, that was exceptionally amazing. By the way, just want to let you guys know that the drawbacks of the shadow kill of Hayabusa is mainly counts on your RNG, whether it's the ability to jump on the right hero you're trying to target it for. But since he's able to fully utilize it because there's no creeps, no enemies on that person which he committed his shadow kill.
Oh boy, it's Baby with only a tick of health left. They're going for the chase, and here comes the hero just drops from the air, and that's one more kill for the side of Hayabusa. 6 in a row for the side of Ace, and he is showing no mercy to GEEK FAM.
Definitely no mercy at all, and the best part was getting rid of Fix was such a huge pickup. Now this is going to be slowing Fix down a little bit, allow Ace to get one level above him as well and get a little bit more control over this map. But right now we can see currently in terms of objective, but beautiful initiation coming from the side of Zorn. But D has his immortal out, but sadly the way of the dragon is going to be kicking right back into the tower. He's going to be flickering out, and he's still alive, Aaron. He's still alive and breathing.
Oh boy, that's definitely something that will tilt GEEK FAM a little bit more, because the couple times that they have almost just scratched it all off from the side of BURMESE GHOULS, but RubyDD just tries to back away, knowing that there is going to be more of the backup coming in from the side of GEEK FAM. Zorn's going to be hitting level 9 in a couple short bit. But as we slowly move into the program, this game, of course, slower moving than the other ones for today, as Zorn is just taking his sweet time. He knows that Becky is going to be playing nothing all too much against D all by himself. All he can possibly hope for is to chunk out that Firaga arm.
Now things is just taking a little bit slower step by step. Although right now we can see in the current store 10-8 with a goal in of 1,000 coming from the side of BURMESE GHOULS. This is the first time where we actually see BURMESE GHOULS currently on the top side of things compared from the last game here.
Yeah, and here comes a little bit of that sort of move coming in from the side of BURMESE GHOULS. 4 members though upon the side of Ozarbeki, and that OG Shadow kill will definitely secure one in the bag. While GEEK FAM really not pulling much of a move. Now that the Lord is up, none of these members are focusing towards securing that anyways. And yep, Zorn's going to be able to actually soak in that stun, and everything is just going to be absolutely fine.
Still coming back for this, and the thing is, no side showing who has a more better control on either side of the map. But in terms of objective, it's pretty much even. Our goalie not too far apart either. Kill score, I mean, sure, 11-8, but after witnessing first game, I believe kill score doesn't really matter unless you have total control of objectives at this point here. But anyway, going to see Ars trying to hold down the fort as long as possible by himself. But we see a couple of engagement coming from the side as D, as the Lord is out. He wants to try to deal as much damage as possible, but he also wants to increase the presence where hit me and not my backline. I'm the one you want.
Exactly, and we are slowly seeing members of BG taking it a little bit of a slow approach. They have yet to crack open the mid lane tower. Maybe they should find a way to actually get this one opened up. And yes, they will dive right in looking for the Dominus, and that will be pretty much his demise. 12 kills in the back for the side of BURMESE GHOULS. And of course, Juan's being purchased there by the side of RubyDD. Very interesting option as we see Gato slowly powering up.
Really great pickup, seriously. Getting rid of Dominus, that's literally the one guy that's really great at wave clearing into the mix here. Zorn tried, anyway, coming back to this, Zorn tried to escape as much as possible, but still committed by the Abyss. Child going to be dropping down a couple of emotes. Finds Kid, engages back in with the fight, but Fix gets caught off guard. He has to be careful as Ruby instantly dives in, and Farsa will get the energy impact and will seal the deal. It Fix Fate. I can't believe Fix actually did see from the side lanes as he gets engaged from the flank. But coming on the side here, Ace were able to follow out with the shadow kill. A couple of trades happening all across the maps here. But Burmese Ghouls has the more better end as they have managed to get all those priority trades here. Zorn get caught off guard, has to use the bouncing ball to fall back, but sadly Ace will not be able to give it an opportunity. Pops another one with the final insanity on Zorn too. 4-man will fall to the point of Burmese Ghouls, and this will be a nice free lord for the side here of Burmese Ghoul of Myanmar.
4 casualties, and Burmese Ghouls can actually get this one in the back. All they have to do, of course, go in for the push. They don't really care. There is the fairy airstrike, of course, being prepared to just zone everybody away. And now Burmese Ghouls turn to attack as the nation might rise. And if they do get this win, GEEK Fam will be eliminated. So what should GEEK Fam do right now?
I mean, right now, GEEK Fam really need to try to prioritize their positioning because right now, the thing is this, Fix has always been that moment where he thought the opponent was actually alone, but actually gets caught off guard instead and gets punished for it. And that literally lead to multiple members falling towards before they can even try to contest for their Lord. Bot lane will be falling down. Veki, we can right now see GEEK Fam is trying to play a little bit more safe, but Fix on the top hand, he really want to try to get as much farm as possible. Gotta be careful because Ace is on the way. Definitely you want to try to clear as much jungle as possible, but he want to see whether he can pick up any solo kills for himself because he has Shadow Kill online. Ace finds Fate, gonna be popping out the core Shadow. Zone try to initiate with the Tyrant Revenge to see if he was able to catch Ace, but sadly would not catch him at all. Ace popping Shadow Shuriken. Feather Airstrike as well, but the Lord doing a significant amount of damage towards that inhibitor. But the middle lane will fall as well to the side of Birmingham. So is the top side.
Oh, Ruby DD though. He's dashing into the back looking for the Zorn as well. Now they actually crash upon them. And big last insanity. We'll wipe away 2 more members. Ruby, Zora Becky coming out as well. Ruby DD has to flicker away. And that will be another catch over the side of Fix. With that perfect arrow to actually get the 3rd kill in a row. Burmese Ghouls, they are doing it, and now it's high time. They close their chapter. They are looking to advance to the semifinals. First, they gotta find a little bit of that hit over the side of Dominus as he tries to actually hold on. That's gonna be 1 minute right inside of the base already. But for now, they will have to respect the territory and wait for another opening to seal off GEEK Fam.
Of all the arrows we have seen in this game, the one arrow that really put a huge dent in GEEK Fam's counter initiation plan, that mid lane, was that arrow landing on Fix right after he came out of the Thorn Road. That really...
He timed it so well.
Exactly, and oh my lord, I really want to ask you, like, LaFell, you gotta ask him in an interview, was that arrow really planned, or was Lady Luck once again smiling for Burmese Ghouls in this game?
I think it's all calculated right here because they are looking sharp as a whistle, if that even makes sense to some of all these guys.
I mean, they'd be whistling victories all day after this.
I'm pretty sure if they can actually get this win, but GEEK Fam, of course, they still have the opportunity to defend. Let's see if they can turn this one around.
They gotta be a little bit careful because right now Ace is not near them at all. So should GEEK Fam choose to commit and make a gamble and force onto or catch any members here of Burmese Ghouls, this might be a huge punishment because the Lord is gonna be coming on in exactly 60 seconds here.
You can see that the graph, of course, leaning towards the way of members of Burmese Ghouls.
For such a professional team.
And here we are again. And of course, thanks for the input right there. We're going to be looking at GEEK Fam finally securing one good pickoff right there as they knock out Ruby with that Wave of the Dragon. So this is just the start. We got less than 40 seconds here before that Lord comes out. So this is definitely great news because Gato Kacha will not be able to participate in time, even though he has the ultimate. He still needs to walk out at least a certain distance before flying in towards that Lord Pit. And here comes one more quick pick coming from the side of Zorn, but Zorn will only use the bouncing ball. There's no Wave of the Dragon. There is Wave of the Dragon actually that just came up online, but ours instantly gets deleted as we are looking at members like D to rush right in and of course turns the favor around. Now we have one more member down, 4 versus 4. Eventually Ruby D will come up online. making it an unfavorable situation for Geek Fam. And now this is the moment
Whoa,
that we've all been
Zorn?
waiting for, because Geek Fam needs to respond to this Lord right here.
Still, and the best part about it is that both Kid and maybe and D just trying to zone him out as much as possible and to trying to split push this lane so they don't want to come for the back. But look at Fixes. He's gonna go for the back line, but instantly gets caught up by Ace and instantly has to force to go back. Pops out the corner shadow, try to look for a couple of kills. But Ruby lands the avatar of the Guardians. That's the Guardian he is. Zorn trying to hold him up with the Tyrant's Rage, but still not gonna be holding down them long enough. Vaki trying to be as much of the presence, but you're in the face of Ace, the Hayabusa, and including with Kid and the rest of the team here. D was solo kill this 1v2. Arts, last man alive. He has to win the trailer, but it's not going to be needed. Inhibitor will fall. Burmese Ghouls will take the game number 2, the last game of this lower bracket here, and Geek Fam will be annihilated entirely.
Burmese Ghouls have found their way, and they are booking their slots in the semifinals. Such a long, drawn-out game, but they